Well, the race is over. The result of the race, I think, is controversial to say the least. Dave Ryder made one lap. Scott clearly made his lap. Lee didn't, however, make the 3 laps that he was planning to make. So, Lee was back first, but he didn't complete his 3 laps. So I think it's Scott still is the champion, and clearly still holds the title, because Lee failed his challenge. I'm in Peel at the moment. Peel Castle over there. Just been to Port Erin, and I'm kind of just wandering my way around. Rather nice it is too. Right, let's see what I can do now. I'd like to go through Derby. So today being my last day in the island, I thought I would try and get out and see as much of the island as I possibly could. It's a shame the Southern 100 turned out the way it did. I don't know really all of the details, but what we are led to believe is that there was 2 fatalities, and yeah, our hearts go out to all of the families and friends. It's horrible. There is a museum at Derby, motorcycles and the like, and I kind of fancy going there. You've seen a Ferguson tractor there on the left hand side. Instantly think of my dad. My dad loved a grey Fergie. Okay. Clearly the Honda 50 was taking the racing line. Yum.
It's up to 2,300 when they're original.
I do love them. If they made a car that shape today, I would drive it. So I obviously found Derby and the museum at Derby. Clearly, lots and lots of motor vehicles and motorcycles to see, all the way to the end. I'll go and try and find a few of my favourites. Joey Dunlop's helmet and Steve Hislop. Can't help but admire the R1. Dave Jeffries, the replica. V&M Racing. Still looks good. FZ 750. A few of my friends in the 59 Club had some of them. 2002 Honda VTR 1000 SP1, but it is a replica of Joey Dunlop's 2000 Senior F1 TT winning bike. Is the great man on the bike I've just been talking about. Cummins ZX10. Sitting next to Connor Cummins' bike is one of John McGuinness's bikes. The Honda 400 RLR. Whatever that is. It's one of them. ET corner here, it's a Steve Hislop bike. 1992 Honda CBR 600 F2. And sitting next to it is another Honda, ridden by great man Joey Dunlop himself. I love what they've done with the old signs. They've mounted them on the wall because the signs nowadays are much, much smaller. They made a massive, quite big display on the back wall of the museum. May Hill, Waterworks, Mountain Box, 33rd, Winnie Corner, Hilbury, Ballacrane, Ballaspur, Laurel Bank, Glen Helen, Raincullen, Alpine, Quarry Bends, and so on. All sorts in the museum, so you kind of go from a standard run-of-the-mill, road car to something like that. It's a big Yank of some sort. I think it's an Impala. And then you get something like this. Sitting next to it, it's a little amphibious car. Very 1950s colour. You get bored of all the motorbikes and cars, you can always come over to this corner where there's a little bit of military vehicles. I've never seen a Willys Jeep that looked anything like that before. Saw this and instantly thought of some of my friends and some of the places I've been on my travels. This is a Corgi paratrooper's bike, and it clearly folded up, parachuted out with the paratrooper, and they used them to get from where they were dropped to their objective. Clearly I wouldn't fit on one, but it doesn't stop me wanting one. I saw this DKW sidecar outfit, and if I'm honest, I thought it was a Kawasaki, but it's a rotary-engined DKW 1977, and what a piece of kit it is. Wow.
BSA Gold Star Racing Sidecar. Front exit. I have no idea how they get out the front of those things. And then we got this on the turntable, the Triumph. Mean looking thing. Wow. Just the intake to the carbs are just far too close to your gonads for my liking. You're lying over the top of the engine. That's incredible. BSA Gold Star 1973 Bultaco Trials sidecar. 1958 BMW Trials. Of course I like it. €2,000 made for the UN. Do find that slightly surprising. 1934 Douglas. Dripping oil, of course. 48 Ariel. And we're back to the rotary outfit again. I know that my stepson would love something like this with Ghostbusters on the side of it. We'll quickly whiz through all the Cadillacs because there's something at the end that caught my eye. Can you see it? What the hell? The 1993 Cadillac. And it's a hearse. Wow. It's a Laverda in the proper colour. Motorini. Oh, look. I might have to speed this up. Chips. There it is, an iconic motorcycle, 2000 Vimto Honda VTR SP1 replica. Oh, it's a replica, okay, so it's not Joey's bike. But I saw the great man in 2000 racing around the Isle of Man TT course on a bike that looked just like that. Happy days.
Look down that side there.
Whoa. You having fun in the museum?
Fantastic museum. What do you think?
Good museum.
Fantastic. That's what we like. Right. Well, that was the Isle of Man Motor Museum. Rather fab it was too. That's somewhere I must have a visit next time I'm over. Transport Museum looks interesting. So I am now in Ramsey and that is Parliament Square. The road to our right is part of the mountain course, and now we're on the mountain course. May Hill directly ahead of us. You can see the orange signs on the left. May Hill. The temptation is to start riding like a TT racer. I'm anything but. I'm sure those bollards lift, so when the TT is on, those bollards won't be there, because I'm sure the sidecars lift their wheel over the curb. And clearly you can see that the curbs are painted black and white, so you know you're on the TT course. Another orange sign to our right, Ramsey hairpin. I've stood here in 2000 and watched Joey Dunlop on that Vimto Honda. Big sign there reminding everybody that this is now two-way traffic. It's a hell of a climb up here. I remember listening to Dave Jeffries and Joey Dunlop and some of the greats coming through here, and you could hear them engine on full song into waterworks, and some of them rolled the throttle. Joey Dunlop and people like Dave Jeffries just kept it on. So the next one is, I'm sure it's the Gooseneck is coming up. Let these guys get away. So at this point you're 25 miles in. Climbing, climbing, climbing all the time. Next significant orange sign, Gooseneck. You see those cars as they go around to the right. Made a complete Horlicks of this corner last night. That's better. Wow, that's a hell of a view back down over there. It's lovely. Joey's corner coming up. Joey Dunlop, obviously. I like to see that they have painted the orange sign with Joey's helmet colours. I thought that the road surface would be, clearly someone thinks that the mountain is one way. I thought that the road surface would be really, really smooth, but when you go out towards the white line, you can feel my bike. Now I know my tyre is not the best, it's done an awful lot of miles, but still, I wouldn't want to be on a race bike doing the speeds that these guys do, and feel the bike kind of move around. Guthrie's Memorial, and there is a memorial. Mountain Mile. Snaefell dead ahead of us. very windy today. I missed that orange sign. I think that was Black Hut. Maybe not. 29 miles in. Nope, this is Black Hut. Leading into the veranda. This is Bungalow with the bridge and the Victory Cafe to the right hand side, and that is where I am pulling in. And this was Murray's. This used to be a motorcycle museum. As I understand it, Murray's has now moved to a different location, and the gentleman that used to run it is no longer with us. But the museum itself is still open, which is good. Well, good morning. 6:15 in the morning. We're wobbling our way onto the Manillan. I'd love to say it was a fantastically wonderful time on the Isle of Man, but it wasn't. Yesterday was probably the highlight, really. Got out, got round the island. But I would be glad, ever so pleased, to see my wife asleep in my own bed tonight.